Hey guys, today we're gonna be ranking the Nicktoons crossover games.
Nice to see you again, Spongebob.
Yes, so nice of you to leave your throne for a while.
Zim, are you gonna behave?
Absolutely, your sponginess.
Okay then.
I've got a quick question. Are we counting plug-and-play games?
No, because none of them are very good. Plus, they'd take up too much time.
The yellow traitor is in a hurry, it seems.
Zim, I didn't betray you. Your creator just can't budget.
Easy, you two. If you keep at it like this, we'll never get through the list.
All right then, let's start off with Nicktoons Racing. Easily A tier.
Easily what?
You don't get to just put any game with yourself in it in A tier or above. The first racing game is terrible.
I have to agree with Zim here. It may be the first, but it's rough to play through nowadays.
All right, it'll go in C tier, I suppose. Next is Party Blast.
Truly a masterpiece, loads of fun for a party game, and the introduction of me, what is there not to like?
I'd prefer to be in it for starters.
Yeah, a party game without the 2000s quartet feels weird by today's standards. Rocket Power just doesn't cut it.
It's also just a bad party game at that.
You two are highly annoying.
Likewise.
Party Blast gets D tier. Moving on, basketball.
Did anyone even play this?
Hey, ease up! I'm actually in this one.
Would you really consider dunking baskets your ideal Nicktoons game?
It worked well enough when it released, didn't it?
Just put it in C tier. No one wants to play as a ghost to make a two-pointer. They want to scare the life out of Dib.
I think you're being dramatic, but sure.
Next up is Freeze Frame Frenzy.
I think we can all agree this was a fun side romp.
It can be enjoyable from time to time.
I think it's dumb and boring like Danny's show.
You're just jealous I gotta actually finish my show.
You don't have room to talk, Danny. Your show was rushed out to pasture.
I bet you wish you could retire comfortably.
Is that what you call scamming people? Retirement?
That was my creator, not me!
Freeze Frame is going in B tier, so we can move on.
Big words from the kitchen tool.
Yeah, that makes me a hell of a boss.
Shut up!
Quiet, you two. What's next?
Nicktoons Unite, easily an S tier game.
I had a lot of fun interacting with you and Timmy and Jimmy.
Too bad it sucks!
Zim!
I'm being honest. As a game, it's extremely bare bones and barely functional. I could get Gurr to make something better.
It may be rough around the edges, but it is still considered a classic to many, and without it, it's hard to say how many Nicktoons games would exist.
Doesn't change the fact that it's C tier at best.
It goes in B tier, deal with it.
Deal with my wrath, inferior sea creature!
What should I do about the arcade kart racers?
I'd say if it's not the first kart racer or the three most recent ones, to just ignore them.
Squarehead once again ignoring his old acquaintances.
I'm gonna pretend I didn't hear that.
You already do.
Next is Volcano Island.
Easily S tier. Any issue with Unite was handled here, and it was a great bonding experience for me and Spongebob.
Too bad it sucks.
Zim!
Oh, come on! You cut Jimmy altogether and Timmy is only playable in one level? Talk about bias. If you needed more playable characters, I was airing new episodes the same year.
Whatever, Mr. Hot Topic.
That wasn't my fault. I blame Gurr.
If it'll keep Zim from yelling at us for the rest of this, I'll put it in A tier, but it's S tier in my heart.
Sponges have hearts?
It's a figure of speech, Kaufman.
Geez, sorry, didn't know I was supposed to understand how anthropomorphic sponge biology works, Dick.
It's Richard!
Moving on, we have Attack of the Toy Bots.
Not even being a hater, this game isn't that good.
Sadly, I have to agree a bit. I mean, they separated me and Spongebob for a while, and there's barely any levels. And the mechs? Come on.
And I'm stuck on the DS version.
On second thought, can you put Toy Bots in S tier?
You insolent pup! You dare provoke Zim?
I've considered what you both said and think you're both wrong. It's going in A tier above Volcano Island.
Excuse me?
This is what he does, Danny. Pretends to be friends and then ditches you for more money. He might as well be a crab.
Shut up, Zim!
Next up is Globs of Doom.
Not so fast! You're forgetting my golden game.
The Leapfrog game?
Yes! I got to shine as the main villain, where I belong!
It's terrible.
Literally an education game.
Educate yourself with my gnomes, you gnomes.
Gnomes! Look who's talking! Those spider legs can only compensate you so much, man.
I can't comment because I'm the size of a kitchen sponge.
Fine, put it in D tier, but you owe me.
Globs of Doom. I think this one's pretty solid. It had a unique cast of characters and gameplay-wise felt pretty fresh.
Is this the part where we ignore that SpongeBob's name is on the game now instead of Nicktoons? What are we, your cheer squad?
Yeah, SpongeBob, it feels a bit biased that you're praising the one that's got your name on it. I mean, I personally don't care for Globs that much. I didn't even get my main villain.
My face is on all of these, deal with it.
Wow.
Imagine how I feel.
I don't care how you feel.
Hush now, Casper. It's time to rate the baseball one.
Wait, we didn't even decide where Globs of Doom goes.
C tier. But the DS version is an easy B tier.
Okay, next is MLB.
Yep, that about sums it up. Just put it in D tier and move on.
Next is Kart Racers 1.
Horrible!
Pretty bad, yeah.
Now come on, guys, it was Game Mill's first Nicktoons game. Give them a break.
Spongebob, it's the Nicktoons game that broke my perfect attendance record. Put it in D.
Fine, but I think you're both being pretty harsh. What about the sequel?
The sequel's pretty good.
Easy to say when your character isn't defined by their voice.
Oh boy, here we go again.
Look, Zim, Nickelodeon was being stingy back then. It wasn't Game Mill's choice to exclude voice acting.
Maybe, but that doesn't excuse the fact that I look like I'm wearing grills.
It does look like he's wearing grills.
Whatever, I'll just put it in B tier.
Should be lower.
Shut it, Zim.
I don't remember.
You don't remember what?
I don't remember asking for your opinion.
Oh my god, you sound like a teenage Redditor.
Guys, let's just move on.
I'd rather be a Redditor than a millennial.
What makes you think I'm a millennial?
Because your show was made by a guy who's Gen X, and he created what he thought was a cool teen. In other words, a millennial.
No, it doesn't!
You're ugly when you lie!
Quiet! I have had enough of your bickering back and forth over the pettiest things. I am trying my best to have fun here, and you keep squabbling. Just shut up! Shut up!
He started it.
I did not!
Hey, we're moving on. Nickelodeon All-Star Brawl is next.
It has its fair share of flaws, and some things would have been better to have at launch than in future updates, but the gameplay is great, and it's impressive it exists at all.
That may be true, however, Dead Game.
Shut up, Zim!
I was kidding. God, you NASB fans and your inferiority complexes.
I'm putting it in A tier. Finally, Kart Racers 3.
I like it a lot.
I agree. I look much better here, even though they probably shouldn't have locked certain things behind online play.
It's going in C tier.
The hell it is!
What do you think you're doing, you low-life crustacean?
They cut Tommy and Angelica. They're close friends of mine, so it loses a lot of points for me.
I didn't see you complaining when they weren't in other games.
No one wants to fight a baby.
I do!
Of course you do.
I'd probably train one to do my bidding, maybe to wake you up in the middle of the night.
You're twisted.
Thanks for the compliment!
Look, guys, I care a lot about every show that has ever come before and after me, including the people in them. I'm sorry that you didn't get longer shows, but it was out of my control. And I still care a lot about you, even if we don't spend as much time together anymore.
It's okay, Spongebob. I forgive you.
I don't, but I'll pretend to keep the peace.
I know Netflix exclusive movie ain't talking.
Oh, shut up!